Hello, welcome to MIP, Mental Illness Podcast. I'm James and this is my wonderful partner Joshua.
Hi.
In today's episode called Anxiety and You, Joshua and I will be discussing about what anxiety is, the symptoms, and how to treat it, and how you as a person can help someone suffering from anxiety, and maybe an interview in the end with a special guest. Can you speak a little on anxiety?
So, anxiety. Anxiety is when a person is overwhelmed with so much worry in their life. It's when a person is really nervous about a certain situation and who is very uncertain about an outcome.
That practically says it all. That's a very good explanation. So now we will look at the stats I've read before this. It says that 1 in 6 young Australians is currently experiencing an anxiety condition. To further expand on it, at least 15.4% of Australians who are aged between 16 and 24 have experienced or is going through anxiety disorder.
Yes, I've also read that somewhere. Anxiety is one of the biggest killers in our society at the moment.
Many illnesses like anxiety or mental illness like depression has killed many Australians through suicide.
I heard that it counts for deaths more than car accidents.
That's crazy.
I know, man.
Okay, everyone, if you know anyone suffering from anxiety or any mental illness, offer your help. Just letting them know you are there for them. It will make them happier.
Speaking of helping, what are some symptoms so we can tell if a person has a mental illness, especially anxiety, so we can help them?
The symptoms are, as you said, anxiety is feeling a lot of worry. There's a lot more like looking at the studies. It says that sleeping disorder or having like a cold or either getting really sweaty hands or short breath are some symptoms of anxiety. That sounds like a lot to deal with.
Those symptoms sound like it will make a person not function properly in their daily lives.
Yes, I agree with that. A person suffering from anxiety will probably won't be able to make correct decisions because of too much worry and overthinking.
This will cause them to get into accidents because of no focus and cause many worries for people related to the one diagnosed with anxiety.
How about treating the sickness? I did talk about asking it and offering help to a person having it.
Yes, there are more treatments for anxiety, like seeing a doctor. For little symptoms, a doctor or professional might suggest lifestyle changes, such as regular physical exercise and reducing your stress level.
Now we have a special guest named Eric who has experienced anxiety firsthand, and he's here to share his story about how he recovered from it. Nice to meet you, Eric.
Nice to meet you. I'm glad to be here.
So Eric is here to speak about his story with anxiety. So Eric, what did you have to go through when you had this mental illness?
Well, it was a very hard time for me. The thing about full-blown anxiety is that it isn't just like worrying, but more like overthinking about every bad possible outcome of anything. Whenever I woke up, I'd think about whatever could go bad in the day rather than what could go right. I was nothing short of paranoid, let me tell you. I started going to therapy to treat the thoughts that were always in my head. I talked to friends and family, and that helped me beyond expectation. If anyone listening is suffering from a mental condition, let me tell you now, get help. Don't just go with it.
Thank you for that story, Eric. I'm glad you are well and okay now. Thank you for coming today, and I hope people take your quote. Get help, don't just go with it.
Thank you for having me today. I hope people suffering from anxiety or any mental illness seek help as soon as possible so it doesn't get any worse than it already is. Again, thanks for having me on the show, and I hope I can talk again sometime. Stay safe.
Thank you. Okay.
This is James and Joshua from MIP signing out. Thank you for listening to our episode called Anxiety in You. Stay tuned later for a podcast about other mental illnesses. Take care.
Oh, yeah.